Hello, people. It's your boy Usmaan back again with another Ramble Fan podcast. The last podcast of the year. It's been a long season for many teams, most notably Arsenal, 8th and 15th, respectively, within this calendar year. Fair play to them. Obviously, some teams have done better than others, but listen, we're going to go through all of that. We've got a fantastic panel as always. Sorry, I do apologize for being slightly late. As I was getting comments in, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. But without further ado, the man on my left. Listen, you've probably seen him about, or sometimes you haven't seen. There's a missing poster sign going on. He's here though. He's here after a fantastic draw against Bruce's boys. Mike, what are you saying, G? Oh, you're muted, Mike. You're muted.
You're on mute, mate.
You're muted. You're mute.
Here we go. We're live. Listen, man. Usmaan, thank you very much for having me on the show. I really appreciate the plug, man. I'm looking forward to today, very much so. You guys are incredible panelists. Now I'm here to bring in the new year in the right way.
And Coach, look at him trying to sweeten the pot before we start.
I know he is. God, he's trying it already. Well, listen, it's not going to work today, man. We've got some killers on the panel. Someone just put, you can't see my face. Listen, I do apologize if something's messed up. It is what it is. I can't really fix the system at the moment. It's mess. But listen, let's get other guests on. One of the most level-headed Chelsea fans there. And also a troll. Just put that in there. Latimus, Prime, what you saying, brother?
Oh, come on. I speak sense. I love to have fun. Yeah. I'm good. 31st. Been a terrible year, but the highlights is getting to do all of this and getting to meet all you people. So, yeah, let's bring in 2020 or 2021 the right way.
Yeah, absolutely. 21 in 2021. Prime just touched on it there. I'd love to see that. And also, the homies, I will introduce you together. Listen, if you don't know, when I started making content and collabing, these two guys have been there since day. These are the definition of my day ones. When it comes to collab, I'm so happy that they can join us. Pastor Benji will be sadly leaving. He's international, but nonetheless, they're here today. Benji and Kojo, boys, thank you for coming on, man.
I'm on my side. So good.
Oh, God, and last but not least, the best team in London. The only team in London. The best kit, the best stadium. And listen, what a legend he is. Obviously, it's not a pleasure getting to know you as well. The homie, Lawless, what you saying, brother?
All good, mate. All good. Happy to be on the last show of the year with a new, apart from Kojo, but obviously a different group of panelists that I'm usually on with. So, no, I wasn't saying throwing any shade, Kojo. I'm saying that I'm usually, apart from you, it's a group of panelists I'm not usually on with. Do you know what I mean? So it's good to come and mix it up a bit. You know what I mean? Kojo's thinking I'm going to throw shots away. No, I'm saving the shot, Kojo. Don't worry. But no, I've got some good things to say about Man United today. So I've got some throws to throw at Usmaan and Kojo. Really, though.
That's fine. Before you do that, I need to sort my connection out because everyone's ranking me in the comments. My connection is normally fine, so I don't know what's happened. So I'm going to start with you, Mike. Obviously, I'll throw you a question. I'm going to leave and just quickly reset my connection. What are your thoughts on your fantastic result against Steve Bruce's boys? He's disappeared as soon as I mentioned it, so good. But listen, what are your thoughts on your draw against Newcastle? Kojo, just take over as host. I'll be 2 seconds, yeah. But yeah, Mike, over to you, brother. What are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, man. The game against who do we play? Newcastle, man. Frustrating game. I was on immediately after the game with Prime on another channel. Very frustrating game, man. These draws are going to catch up to Liverpool. I'm frustrated because this isn't a season where you can afford to drop meaningless points, especially teams that are in the bottom half of the table. You should be going to these places and winning these games if you are serious about retaining the league. Like, we've never retained the Premier League before, so I would assume that it would take, beating the likes of West Brom, beating the likes of Newcastle to actually retain a title. We're not doing that, so it's frustrating at the moment. But one thing I will say at the moment is, in all honesty, hand on heart, would I trade places with any other team in the league with Liverpool? Of course not, because we are top of the league. and we are 2 points clear. Is it 2 points clear? So I wouldn't trade places with
3
anybody.
points, 3 points.
3 points clear. I wouldn't trade places with anybody else. But am I frustrated? 100%. Yeah. Is it good enough? It's not good enough. Do I want better? Of course I do. But this is a funny old season where nothing makes sense, and I can't say that at the end of the day, would I trade places with any other team? No, because where are we? Top. So that's that.
Right, okay, look, listen, at the end of the day, you are top. Of course, Manchester United are going to play their game in hand against Burnley. I don't know if my connection's better or not. Hopefully it is. Obviously, let me know in the comments, boys. I'm going to come straight to Benji. Do you think it's a point game for Liverpool, or do you think it's 2 point drops?
To be honest, I think there's a point game for Liverpool, to be honest, because going to Newcastle is a difficult fixture. Obviously, we showed them that it's not. We played for Newcastle. We only scored the third goal the 40th minute or 80th minute or whatever. But I'm not really surprised that they drew, because I've been telling this guy, he's up there that way. I've been telling this guy for a long time that, look, you and your uncreative midfield, if you just have a 3 at the back and you stop them from getting the crosses, and you're not going to score any goals. Obviously they brought on his boy Wijnaldum, cough, just came on, pressed a couple people and that, did nothing all game. Brought on Thiago, fresh trim and that, did nothing all game. I just think Liverpool, what's happened with Liverpool is that they're starting to tire. And it's something that we've seen, because obviously we have retained the Premier League title a couple of times. I know it's title. When you get to a certain level and you don't refresh your squad and you don't improve your squad and you can't bring in new faces, teams clock you, number one, and number two, you start to run out of ideas when you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I feel like Newcastle were just ready for it. They only had that one really clear-cut chance. But you do need a centre-back in January. Because that Nat Phillips, whatever his name is, he's awful. He should be at, like a West Brom or something. He should be at Arsenal, to be fair. Yeah, even worse than that, he is not Arsenal. He's not Liverpool. Wow. He's awful. He's so bad.
Oh, fair. But listen, look, he got spun by Wilson a few times, but they have got injuries there, they've got injuries to Van Dijk, which, of course, as I saw your tweet, Mike, the reason you didn't beat West Brom is because Van Dijk's not playing. The reason you didn't beat Newcastle is because Van Dijk's not playing. The reason you didn't beat Fulham is because Van Dijk's not playing. Because obviously, Van Dijk scores all the goals, isn't he, Lawless? What are your thoughts on that?
Who tweeted that?
I'm seeing your tweet.
Bro, who tweeted that? Because it weren't me. It weren't me, bro.
Well, all this injuries nonsense. I didn't realize Salah, Mane, and Fabinho are the best attack in the world. With the best fullbacks in the world as well. Don't forget, they're all fit, aren't they? What's going on?
Listen,
what do you reckon? Tell us what do you reckon?
That's it's so funny. I'm not even a big Liverpool. I'm not one of these Liverpool sort of haters that come out and hate on Liverpool. But I just do think they've been sort of the way they've been going on about the injuries. Like you said, you would think it was to a lot of the key players. But it's obviously Van Dijk is a big loss. But it's not like it's like they're half their first team's been taken out the way that you hear about. One player, as good as he is, they should still have enough for that not to be a factor. I think what Benji said about the tiring out is right. I think they've done really well up until this point to keep etching out wins, obviously while adapting without a Van Dijk. But I think that's just it could catch up to them eventually, because like you said, if they're struggling without this one player, and it's probably one or two. I think there's another. Who's the other player that they're missing?
With Jota, to be fair, has been fantastic.
Joe Gomez.
Yeah, Gomez is Gomez.
Fabinho over Gomez. Fabinho pisses on him every day of the week.
But it's the weird thing is, again, that Liverpool again, like you were sort of alluding to, Usmaan, is why is that affecting the attack? And the ability to is it that they don't have the confidence at the back to then go forward and attack us freely? It's a weird one. I think
you're right.
I don't think they can see any goals, right? Look, from the games I watch, obviously I don't watch every single 90 minutes. I'm sure Mike will have a stronger opinion on this, but for me personally, I think Liverpool's defense deserves a lot of credit. Because, okay, granted, the fullbacks are back now. I was one of the few people when Van Dijk and Gomez got out. I thought they'll completely capitulate. I genuinely thought that would happen, but that's not been the case. Their defense is still better than ours. Like, fair play to them. Fantastic. So I don't think it's an excuse, personally.
What Dan Lawler said, is completely true. Because when I played fullback before, obviously. So if you're a fullback and your centre back's not good, you're not going to want to attack and leave them exposed. Trent Alexander-Arnold is more likely going to be looking behind and thinking, "Rah, this guy's going to get a burn at every opportunity." So that Phillips guy has no pace. If it's Van Dijk, Liverpool, what they do, like Gomez said, they do one-on-one defending. Nowadays, they have to have more help because that guy can't do one-on-one defending. So Trent's probably thinking, "Rah, can I attack?" No, I can't because he's dead. So I have to drop back. And 5 or 10 yards back, it makes a lot of a difference in a football match.
I don't know what you're talking about defense for, man. The issue is with scoring goals. We are not scoring.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Goals. I don't care about Liverpool's defense. I don't think the defense is a problem.
No, but that's what we're saying. Is because of the lack of confidence in the defense, then like your fullbacks, and for example, aren't getting forward with as much confidence. They're having to keep one eye on.
I wouldn't agree with that. I think Robertson's probably having his best season at Liverpool at the moment.
So why do you think you aren't scoring as many goals?
I don't think
our defender is right. That's why.
I think the strikers are not on form at the moment, minus Salah. But then you could have a look at Salah's stats, and it could fall down to he takes a lot of penalties. It could be as simple as that. Like it really could be. Like, as good as Salah is, if you watched the game yesterday, or if you watched the highlights yesterday, he had
I'll watch the whole game, man.
He had a clear one-on-one opportunity, missed it. Mane missed a clear opportunity. You know, the strikers aren't in form. And the striker that was in form, who was taking everything that he got and creating for himself, was Jota. Now, I'm not one of those Liverpool fans who's going to jump on social media and start blaming injuries. No, it's not injuries. Like, the team is good enough. This is why I'm so confident that we will win. Our squad is good enough to win the league. The frustrating thing for Liverpool fans at the moment, or Klopp, would be that we're not killing off games when we have the opportunities to do so. Now, last year we probably did have, those chances where we killed off the game in the last minute. But for some reason this season, it just looks like, we've just lost a bit of pace to our game. So I'm not sure what's going on. It's definitely not defense. I think, the defense has a small part to do with the build-up play, but we can't blame the defense. Robertson is literally having the season of his life. If you watch Robertson play football, he's amazing. He's amazing. He's creating so much.
You could have got 3 assists yesterday, to be
that's
fair.
one player you're mentioning. The rest of them are not performing to it. Apart from Fabinho's playing well, actually, but Fabinho can't play centre-back forever. And you can't rely on Matip because he's injury prone. This is where they become a problem. So when you're playing teams like West Brom and you're conceding the goal like you did, and they're getting chances like the one where they had a one-on-one, and other games where you've been dodgy defensively, I don't even count the Villa one because you had a full squad in that one. You had your boys and they got popped as well. So for me, it's just like defense is always going to be an issue. I understand what you're saying about goals because like yesterday, Salah missing chance after chance was a joke thing. If I'm being real, like he should have been putting those away. By the way, that's your 2020 player of the year. That's bottling chances, not mine.
Get out, bro. These men are on smoke today, bro.
Just saying. But you need to improve that defense. Obviously, it's dodgy because if you go and get someone for big money, when Van Dijk comes in, he's in there. But you guys love Gomez as well. What does Gomez do? You guys like Matip. Matip's played well, but he's injury prone. So you're like, what is the balance? What's the right thing to do? Maybe that's why you won't spend. I don't know. But I feel like you need to fix that defense because 2 men are performing. One is your left back naturally, and the other one is someone who's playing makeshift, and he can't be there forever. So I feel like
what about Trent though? Trent's still there, like.
No, but Trent has never been good.
He's
never been good defensively for me anyway. So like going forward, I know the way they play and the way he produces is more than enough to compensate for what he doesn't do defensively for them. Yeah. But when they're in defensive situations, he struggles. And a lot of the goals this season, when you say that I've been from his side.
See, when you say about defensively, the thing about Trent not being good defensively, Trent has revolutionized the game of defense. He has, like, Kojo, like, you might hate this.
Did Roberto Carlos not play football or come through?
I think you know what it is, yeah?
Come on, my
No,
guy.
you know what it is,
Come on.
no.
You
Mike,
can't
Mike,
come up-
Mike, I
you-
want to let you land, yeah. Mike, I want to let
Go
you
on,
land.
go
I want to
on,
let you land. But the
go on,
thing
go on.
is, about this whole fullback and they revolutionized the game and all that
He
is.
has, man.
No,
Come on.
no,
Come on.
no. Every now and then,
What about Ashley Cole?
football goes in I forgot what the name is, but it goes in circles or whatever you want to call it.
Cycles, yeah.
So when you have a supreme player, every now and then it's always the revolutionary position. No, these players learn from what they've seen.
Exactly,
So for
bro, come on.
example, fullbacks don't get assists as much as these two. Leighton Baines wasn't getting 20 assists, but Leighton Baines was getting numbers at a lesser club. This is what I mean.
Yeah, but
so he's
coach,
come
that's-
in and he's doing his thing, and I will never discredit him for doing his thing. And I know that the numbers is dropping for a fullback in terms of a number of assists and set ball prowess is fantastic. But it's not the first time we've seen it. But he's playing at a high level for a high-profile team. I understand why. But he's not a revolutionary. The guy is he's only arrived.
Let's bring Prime in. Just on that point before I bring Prime in is, you got to, if you look at Liverpool's football, their creativity comes from the fullbacks. The midfield doesn't offer creativity. They're there to cover and be the engine room. And the fullbacks are pushed further up the pitch to create the chances. This guy's not letting it go.
Let's
bring in Prime, right? Obviously, you know, you heard what he said regarding it's a bit of an insult because you guys have had some of the best fullbacks in the recent times, really, in terms of attacking fullbacks. Prime, what are your thoughts on the whole Liverpool situation? Do you feel it's down to the fact that they've got injuries in the defence, or do you think it's down to something else?
Okay. Well, first of all, Trent has not revolutionized defending. He's great going forward, but I don't recognize him or treat him as a normal fullback. Because as a fullback, you need to be able to fall back and defend, which he doesn't do that on a regular basis. Too many times for England, where, and I never take away what Trent does, but if for England, because they play a completely different system, he continuously gets ripped all the time by any average winger, which is why he doesn't start for England as a right back or a right wing back, and that's probably down to Southgate, because when you have these talented players in the system, sometimes you need to try and find a way to get the best out of them. And Klopp does that. Your injuries, no, because for me, even when Van Dijk got injured, I still made you favourites because you should have the squad depth. One, you have the experience of challenging for the league, and Klopp being this world-class manager, I expect top managers to be able to get the best out of what they have. I've seen Alex Ferguson do it plenty of times. I've seen Jose do it. I've seen Wenger do it. You know, Klopp has to step up and be able to do it. And you guys you're top by, what is it, 2 points now currently?
3, I think. Yeah, 3 now.
3. Yeah, you can complain about a few drop points, against Newcastle, against Fulham, whatever. And I get you've had a few. Well, you beat Palace 7-0. You lost 7-2 to Villa. Yeah, cool. But I think Liverpool fans have been a bit too harsh because of the last couple of years, and how the high intensity and how nigh untouchable you've been, because you're now being brought back down to earth a little bit. I think you guys are just overreacting a bit. I talked to you, Mike, and I talked to Sonny, and I talked to other Liverpool fans, and I get the criticism a little bit, but let's go back into reality a bit. This season, how weird it is. Players didn't get a preseason. They're playing 2, maybe sometimes 3 games a week. There's no time to rest. Now you factor in all your injuries that you have. You're still top of the league. You're still amongst it. Yeah, we can say United are going to challenge, or they're challenging now, or City could come up there and challenge.
Mike's so weird as Mike.
I look hella stressed. This is just how I look, bro. I look angry all the time. It's just this is my face, man.
Trust me, you've got this. I genuinely don't see anyone else, which is sad because, you know.
Well, we're gonna talk. We're gonna go on to that. We're gonna give reasons to why they haven't just got this. I think it's a lot tighter than Liverpool fans are making it out.
I think they do, but
I personally don't.
They're missing chances. No, I think they do, because again, when it comes into the running near the end of the season, United don't have that experience.
I agree with all that. For me personally, we need a couple of signings to sustain it. We'll touch on that shortly. However, this foregone conclusion, right, that they've got in the bag. Like Man City are literally up their arse. Man City win the game in hand at 1 point behind Liverpool as well. I think people are completely forgetting how close it actually is. So Man City have not even touched second gear yet. I told them he's shit.
Yeah.
And they're 1 point behind Liverpool.
From what City fans tell me, they're resting all their laurels this season for the Champions League. So,
well, I don't know what City fans you speak to because I don't even know any exist, but it is what it is. And listen, let's just get this coming up. Jamie saying, "Happy New Year, bro. Hopefully you're doing well." A couple of comments here. Liverpool last year had no injuries at all. This year the injuries have caught up to, and let's see how they react, which is a fair point. Trent is not a defender, each their own. Got a comment here, Lawless. It's regarding Henderson, right? And I don't want to just single out Henderson because I want to talk about the whole midfield because, he's not the only player playing there. I know Benji's a huge fan of Gini Wijnaldum, Lawless. So we'll come to you first. Regarding the midfield, the lack of creativity in particular. We saw Thiago come on. And for me personally, I thought his cameo was really impressive. I thought he did quite well on the ball.
Bro, put respect in that boy's name. The guy's a
listen, I've raised
it was like Javi on the pitch, my guy. It was like Javi on the pitch, bro.
Relax. Pogba literally does that every game. Chill out, man. I know you're not used to it because you got James Miller and Henderson there, but it's all good. Listen. Don't worry about Pogba, man. He's won the World Cup. He's a flipping man of the match as well.
Wait, question. Mike, you rate Thiago, yeah? You're muted. Yeah. What is he's world class?
Yes, he is.
Where is he ranking midfielders in the league? Is he top 3, top 5?
I think Souček's better.
Quick.
Offers something going forward, doesn't he?
He's more effective.
Souček or Thiago? I'd rather have Souček on my team.
The truth is,
how many goals has Thiago scored?
I've never spoken about Thiago. Look, I won't be fake here. I've never spoken about Thiago because I've never watched Thiago play. So he played for Liverpool. It's that simple. I swear to you, bro.
What is from Boston buying you?
It's like asking me if I've watched Rakitic play or like name a famous midfielder that plays in Europe.
Oh, Modric.
Well, Isco, Cruz, Isco. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
so basically, you don't watch anything apart from the Premier League, basically.
Sorry.
You don't watch.
So you're not seeing Thiago play. So let me just break it down for you. He's a fantastic passer of the ball, but he'll get injured again at some point, hopefully. Nothing serious in it. But
no. My point of all this, me asking you, I just wanted to see if you rate Paul Scholes.
Yes, of course I rate Paul Scholes. He's an amazing player.
All right, cool. A lot of Liverpool fans.
You can't compare. Just go. Lawrence, I'm coming to you. Let's bring you in here. And obviously you've got a fantastic midfield with the players that you've got in there. Declan Rice, Souček, and Cole. Listen, let's be real. Your midfield's better than Liverpool, isn't it? Come on, the creativity wise.
Oh, what a minefield that is! You know what? Like, I mean, obviously Thiago hasn't had much game time, hasn't got time to find his feet. So it's going to be interesting to see once he comes in. But yeah, the depth. I think the depth in midfield is a problem. Obviously, they tried to bring in Shaqiri as like a squad player, and he done all right, but it didn't really kick on. How they played the club, jeez. Like I said, like a lot of the time, I'm happy with our midfield. Like Liverpool, I think that could be somewhere where they look to strengthen, and they maybe do get a solid creative player. If Thiago, I don't know how they're going to utilize him and how he's going to turn up. It's one of them things like the Chelsea. I ain't trying to find any shots at Chelsea, but look at all these players that they thought was going to come in and hit the ground running, like Havertz and Werner.
5 shots, man. Don't know about
things like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying. They thought that these players were going to come in and these were world class players that were going to come in and just hit the ground running and set the league on fire, and they haven't. That could happen with Thiago. So they'll just have to see. But you're right. I think that's maybe January if they want to solidify that title is maybe get one more defender in as cover and maybe look for another midfielder.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think they do need another midfielder just to bring. I know we got Chamberlain and Kite as well.
Talking about Liverpool. I just had the most random thought, by the way, and it's just come over me again. Liverpool are going to win the league. I'm so sure. I'm so sure.
Right, Benji, let's bring you in here on this point. Obviously, look, I'm not going to say Man United are competitors, but I don't think it's as simple as that. They're drawn to Fulham, they're drawn to West Brom, they're drawn to Newcastle. Clearly, teams in black and white stripes get them fucking confused. I don't know what's going on. But listen, Benji, what are your thoughts, man? Because Liverpool are fumbling in the back. We weren't even expecting. I'm sure everyone here would agree with me. If you told me that Man United could be level on points with Liverpool if they win the game in hand, everyone would have laughed at us because there's no way we should be in this position. And rightfully so, I'm not even denying that. However, clearly we look like we're in the ascendancy and we still got years to go. Martial's not in any form of form yet, neither is Greenwood.
Yeah, I think, you know what it is? I think with the title race, so to speak, it's very, very tight. Any team from, let's say, I don't know, like Southampton upwards can be in for a shout. You can't knock off anyone from winning the Premier League at the moment. I think you have to wait till maybe like March, round about my birthday type of time, March, April, and you see who is really going to do it. Because at the end of the day, you never know what's going to happen to him now until then. It's easy for him to say, oh, Liverpool's going to do this, Liverpool's going to do that. But like I said, if Salah gets injured, that's the end of the season. So it's a likewise with us. If Bruno gets injured, that's the end of the season. Chelsea, if I don't know who gets injured because no one's playing well, but do you know what I mean? So
actually, Mendy gets injured, the Kepa's back. So
yeah, exactly. Or check.
Oi. Mendy's just as bad as Kepa, so it doesn't make a difference to me.
What?
Oh.
No, he's not.
I want to
Yes,
say
he
that.
The guy's not that great. Honestly, he's not.
Do you know what? I'm glad you said that because when I did a preview with a Chelsea fan, Louis Benevent, and he was trying to tell me Mendy over Fabianski.
No.
I let him have it in the start because it was his birthday, but I wasn't having it. Fabianski all day.
Fabianski's okay, but he's better than Mendy. Yeah, so.
Well, that's it.
You know what? Unpopular opinion. I know it's not a Chelsea thing, but my popular opinion, Kepa is better than Mendy. But that's a different discussion for a different.
Oh, that's a whole can of worms there.
We'll have to look back to that.
Chelsea fans will be coming after you.
It's a wild thing. Nah, well, we'll see. We'll see within a year. We'll see.
If you tweet that, the rest of the Chelsea fan base is coming after you.
Someone's gonna suspend my account. No, I can't.
It's too late. It's too late. Bob has already clipped it. He's in the job. Bob, sorry, man, what Liverpool are finished. And the Cookie Crumble FC, you guys know the reference. Someone put Mendy is overrated. Oh, that must be Prime in the chat. Listen, Benji, coming back to United. Look.
Oh yeah.
We got kicked out of Champions League. It was all doom and gloom. Ollie's turned it around to an extent, but how far can we go in your eyes?
Anything's possible, bro. At the end of the day, like I said, anything's possible. Anyone can get injured at any time. You can put on a run of wins. Anything can happen. I just think what it is it's a season of moments and big players. Whoever's team has the player that shows up the most, in a sense, it sounds cliche, but shows up the most over like a general team of performance will actually win the league. Like for example, you got Bruno Fernandes, you got Harry Kane.
You remember Bruno Fernandes went missing against City, by the way. Remember that?
This season?
Is he going to perform every single game?
Okay, great. I love that. Love that rebuttal.
But anyways, look.
Well, he's not going to perform every single game. But,
of course not. He goes missing when it matters the most for you guys.
Well, like Salah yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
What, when you missed about 5-on-1s? What happened?
We're top of the league. It's not that important to us right now.
Right.
Yeah,
well, when we beat Villa and Burnley, you won't be. So it is what it is, isn't it?
I'm saying, like,
wait, is your game in hand against Burnley?
Yeah, the whole time.
When is it? When are you playing Burnley?
Before Liverpool, so we'll be above them by then because they'll drop.
Oh, is it?
Well.
2-0 Burnley.
Because Che Adams is going to run right against him as well, so
you're losing 2-0. Click that up.
Yeah, that's fine. Fuck me, I was there when we lost 2-0 last time. I'm not going to say anything. Right. Anyways, listen, let's get someone else's thoughts in because you keep getting interrupted, Benji, for whatever reason.
Yeah, like Chelsea, Liverpool fans and that.
Yeah, they're not letting you say what you're going to say. Lawless, what are your thoughts? Obviously, we've spoken since the start of the season. It was all doom and gloom for most parts, really, for my night. But there's a bit of positivity at the moment, isn't there, really?
put some respect on Ollie's name. That's what I will say. Listen, yeah. When we done that season predictions and everything, we was talking about managers and this and that. Everyone had Lampard and Arteta. Well, I'm not going to sit there and say everyone for a fact, but a lot of people had Lampard and Arteta above Ollie. A lot of people had that. Look what's going on now. Like literally, like 3 points off the top with a game in hand. Like with what you'd call is an unbalanced squad. There, obviously, you've got some really good players in there now. With the likes of Fernandes, like Rashford's been playing really well. But yeah, I think there's still a lack of balance, and I think you really need to go all out in January to strengthen and maybe get someone up front. I know Martial is your boy, but
listen, I don't give a shit. I'll throw all of them in the bin if it means Liverpool. I don't give a fuck.
Need a forward. Need a forward to, you know what I mean, play in front of the likes of Fernandes, and if you've got, I don't know what the Pogba situation is, but you have to give credit to Ollie because he's been under a lot of pressure. The fan base has been on his case, and yeah, some of the results obviously haven't been good enough. But when you sit back and you look at the bigger picture, and you see like, damn, like actually, he's not doing too bad of a job, especially in this whole post-Fergie era where it's just really a mess of a club. Like Man United as a club. It's still a mess. As good as the team have been lately, the way the club is run is still a complete mess. So you've got to give the guy credit. You have to give him credit.
Yeah. Listen, Mike, I'm going to bring you in. I'm just going to put this comment in here. And I've just got to say something on top here. Liverpool will do a Gerrard and slip when it matters. So you speak about Bruno Fernandes going missing. Man slipped. Your greatest captain slipped when you fumbled the bag. So what are your thoughts, Mike?
Usmaan, you're wrong. Henderson is their greatest ever captain.
Oh yeah, sorry, man. Of course, you got me there, Brian. You got me there. So, what are your thoughts on that match? Does Ollie deserve credit? Are you being a bit harsh on Bruno because obviously Gerrard's gone missing when it matters as well? What are your thoughts?
No, definitely. Ollie definitely deserves credit, man. I think he's proved a lot of people wrong. He definitely found himself in a job that he's not meant to have kept. And I think he's doing a great job. I think United need to temper their expectations, in all honesty. I think the expectations are really, really high. And it makes sense your expectations are that high because you're the biggest club in England. So I understand it from that point of view. But your team at the moment is not what it used to be. And certainly you don't have the manager, Sir Alex Ferguson, that you used to have. So I do think you need to temper your expectations. I think the board need to sit down with Ollie. If he is the one for the job, they need to create a plan. How long has he been there now? Has he been there 2-3 years now?
Yeah, coming to third year. Yeah, that's right.
What is the 5-year plan for Ollie? What is the 8-year plan for Ollie? If he is the man in charge, what does that plan look like?
Man said 8-year plan. Do you think he's back?
I'm going to be dead come the end of that 8th year.
No. What I mean is he's been in the job for 3 years now. Okay, so what is the next 5 years going to look like for Manchester United Football Club? In there, is it going to be we want the Champions League, we want the league, we want FA Cups, we want Mbappe? What does that plan actually look like for your club? So,
do you want me to tell you the plan?
Go on, Pastor.
If he doesn't win the league and doesn't get in the top 4, he's getting sacked. So then we're going to get.
Man said if he doesn't win the league.
Year.
Wait, you said if he doesn't win the league and get in the top 4.
I'm saying if he doesn't win the league
this year.
No, listen. If he doesn't win the league,
when
this year, just listen. If he doesn't get the top 4, listen. If he doesn't get in the top 4, he's gone. That's 110%. Remember, as much as everyone's
we know about that
and stuff, I remember the bad time. We're out of the Champions League. Don't forget about that. And that's something that Manchester United fans will not want to forget. We're in the League Cup. If we lose in the League Cup against Man City, things are going to turn sour. And the FA Cup as well. If we get like a dodgy, like a West Ham away or something, we use that as well. He's back into the hot water. So with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, there is no 8-year plan, big man. He just needs to get into the top 4 and look like he's challenging.
You said if he doesn't win the league, he should get sacked.
Usmaan, let me just.
If he doesn't get top 4, but I wanted to win the league. But if he doesn't get top 4,
bro, Usmaan, These comments are killing me, bro. These comments are killing me.
I know. 8-year Alan Pardew contracts, man.
That's for 8 years, you know.
Of course, the Liverpool fan is hoping we keep Ollie for 5 years. What did Liverpool do in the first 3 years under Klopp? I don't even want to look at that. No top 4, Ollie out. Top 4 isn't enough. We need to be back at the top. All right, fair enough. Right, Pratt. Listen,
Ollie's doing a brilliant job.
He is doing a good job. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I've already done.
No. Lampard's doing a good job at Chelsea. Ollie's doing a brilliant job.
Lampard, you fucking.
Honestly, you actually look at the stats and break it down. He's been one of the most underrated managers this year. Ollie.
Listen, boss. Listen to me, man.
Honestly, no. You listen, because I know all of your opinions. I know all of your opinions. Listen.
I beg of you. It's New Year's Eve. I'm trying to have a relaxed show.
No, Benji, listen to me. I know your opinions of Ollie. No. I know your opinions of Ollie.
As Guardiola, please, I beg of you.
You see, I did not say no. I did not say I didn't say he's Pep's level. I didn't say he's Klopp's level. I said he's doing a great job at United.
Do you know what the definition of great is a big word, you know? You haven't want no
fine, great. Okay, fine. If you look at it since this year, the calendar year, he's the second best team in the league.
We have no trophies, big man, and we don't care about being
cool.
We don't do this top by December.
Okay, cool, but it's a process. It's a process.
I don't want
trust the process.
Yeah, trust the process.
No, we can.
He needs to win a trophy this year. I do agree.
You're not in the Carabao Cup semi-final.
No,
we're not Chelsea. We don't do Carabao Cup. We want
Again, it's a process. How many players do you have in your squad that are winners? You don't have winners, really. Do you?
Who told you that?
Cavani? Okay, how many winners do you have? Cavani? Has Bruno won a trophy?
Yeah, he has. He won back-to-back leagues.
Bruno. Pogba's also won trophies. Cool. That's 3 winners I can think of.
De Gea's won the league as well.
The thing is, Benji, I know you're upset about coming out of the Champions League, but I don't think Man United are ready at the moment where the squad is at. It was a good thing to come out. I'm just saying, I think it was a good thing for United to come out of the Champions League and focus on the league. You're not ready to try and ready to try and challenge on all these fronts.
Can't handle 2 competitions at once.
It's not there. Like the squad is not there.
I respect you very highly, but I really do disagree. You have to understand. Look,
but don't you think it's good to focus on the league?
No, because he's not gonna look. This
God, say it with the chest. Say what you about to say.
Thank you. Pastor's raffle, fam.
Mike, I swear. I don't think he's gonna win the league, yeah. But Ollie, yeah. Look, this social brother, I swear down. Look, he is not gonna. He get kicked out of the Champions League, yeah. As it was a catastrophe, and no matter what, and if we're not ready, we're gonna get smacked by a Bayern. Doesn't matter. As long as we're in the Champions League, it's way better than not being in the Champions League. We can't be papering over the cracks for this guy. No way in hell.
I don't agree.
If he was to get smacked by Bayern in the next round anyway, what does it matter?
I agree with Wallace. I agree with Wallace.
Real Sociedad.
Chill out. Listen, let's bring on another. Let's talk about another manager that shouldn't be where they're at currently. Frank Lampard. Lawless, let's come to you first. In fact, no, Prime actually. Let's come to you because you fairly had a chance to speak about Man United. I know Daniel's thoughts on Lampard. He's finally said the words Lampard out.
Did he say it?
Yeah, he's tweeted it.
Jeez, I missed that.
I know, that's what I mean. I'm so good he's not here because I really want to slag him off, but he's busy. But it is what it is. But listen, Prime, let's a lot of your fan base want him out. Like literally a month ago, everyone was talking about title challenge, and now everyone wants him out. And look, I'm just gonna flip on the other side, and I'm sure Lawless can vouch for this. When Man United got beat by Arsenal, I was getting battered after that day. Don't get me wrong, and rightfully so, innit? But I remember saying on the podcast that football's a funny game. A lot can change within a week. And I remember saying, I don't know if Lawrence remembers me saying that. And it might not, somehow we won a couple of games, wherever it may be. And then all of a sudden, people above us that come the next show, ironically, they were taking the piss out of us. But what I'm saying with Chelsea is right. For me personally, Pram, and I just want to get your thoughts on it, he's actually pissing me off. Why the fuck is he playing everyone in the wrong position? Can you not just play Werner in strike, Havertz in 10, Kovacic and pivot with Kante, a left wing Pulisic? I know Hudson-Odoi prefers the left wing, but obviously he's got to play right wing. And then obviously when Ziyech is back, right wing. Like, surely, Prime, come on. What is he doing with that team?
The fan base it's funny because we've been bantering Arsenal for the last month or so, and yet losing 3-1 has managed to rattle our fan base so much. I must be the only Chelsea fan that, okay, fine, no one likes losing games, but other than the fact that we lost, I don't have a big deal about it. I'm not rattled or sad or angry or complaining. I have Chelsea fans DMing me, asking me, Prime, what do we do? We now lost at Arsenal and drew at Aston Villa. Tell me what to do. And I'm like, I don't. Okay, the reason why Chelsea fans are complaining and saying Lampard out is because these were the same ones at the start of the season, gassing things up, saying we'll finish above Liverpool. We're in a top race in the league.
That's what it was.
Yada yada yada.
They're the real high expectations, Mike. By the way,
yeah.
Chelsea fans, not Man United. Chelsea fans genuinely thought they're going to win the league after that summer window.
Yeah, but I didn't. I was realistic. I said with a squad we should finish third, but I knew it'd be a bit sticky because I also figured Man United should get top 4. So I figured it'd be a bit of a battle between them. That should we be in a bit of a tight race, maybe. But again, for me, and if you think realistically, this season should never be the aim for the league. Now, people say players playing out of position and stuff. People say Werner being out wide and stuff. I don't really see it as a big deal, per se, because if he was at Liverpool, I'm sure he'd be playing off left or the right at times, and people wouldn't be complaining about it because they'd be in a system. But because instead of using him as a forward out, just off the striker, Frank's using him as a traditional winger, which isn't necessarily working when the system's not clicking. But again, he was playing out wide when we were going through our unbeaten run, and that worked. Havertz, he's still learning and adapting to the league. Plus with COVID, which if anyone's had COVID, you don't recover from that easily. You look at our record this season; it's not actually the best. In hindsight, when we went through with the unbeaten run, the teams we beat are teams that we should have been beaten anyway. We played Liverpool. We lost 2-0. Fair enough. We were a man down for half an hour. And I think in the second half, when we were a man down, we actually defended quite well. We played Man United. Usmaan, I remember coming on here and I said, we are going to get slapped in this game, remember?
Yeah, no, I remember.
Play it into your hands. You guys will slap us on the counter-attack.
Yeah.
Because that was during our time when we were just conceding goals. And funny enough, we parked the bus in that game, and that got us on our unbeaten run. We played Spurs. I said we would get tactically outclassed in that game if Frank set up the way he has set up before, because in big games, I don't have confidence because he doesn't show any sort of adaptation to it. This Christmas period.
It's because he don't know what he's doing, Prime. That's why. That's the basic
he's young and inexperienced, which is cool, and I get. But during this Christmas period, I wanted to see some sort of growth because we were playing. The start of it, we had to play Spurs. We had to play Everton, Leeds, Arsenal, Villa, City, and I wanted to see some sort of growth and improvement. And
why are you putting Arsenal in the mix? Like they're on the level.
Even playing Arsenal, I wasn't confident. They
hadn't won in 2 months.
Yes,
they've exactly. Scored in open goal in about 7 years.
No, exactly, but they still beat us.
Yeah, because that's because your manager doesn't know what he's doing. Now,
Exactly.
Lawless, let's get your thoughts on it. Because Lawless, again, was one of the very few fans that I've spoken to that called it out alongside myself, said he's overrated. But, listen, what do you reckon with Chelsea at the moment? They've got so much quality. Is it a case of they've bought so many players, it's difficult for them to gel, or do you put it down to the manager?
I think it's a mixture of both, and I was sort of giving him the benefit of the doubt because, again, new manager, they had the transfer ban, they had to try and bed in like a load of new players in one go and all of that stuff. But you know, I mean, he really exposed himself in that Arsenal game, Lampard. Like, I feel like it was a mixture between down to his decisions and obviously the team just did not look motivated at all. Chelsea this month, and I said it, have looked like a very poor side, like a really, really poor side, struggling to string passes together. Their energy levels seem to be low. Just decision making poor. There's just something about that Chelsea side that look off. And in that Arsenal game as well, I just don't know why Giroud was not playing in that game.
Didn't
And
get
why
subbed
he
on.
did not even bring him. Yeah, he didn't even sub him on. You're like, I'm
Madness.
sitting there watching it. Bring him on. Bring on Giroud, half time.
Brought on Jorginho for some reason. I don't understand why. I still don't know why.
Jorginho, like, it was baffling. It was absolutely baffling. Like that result and that game. Like he deserves some of the criticism, whether it should go as far as like sacking him. But I don't know how Chelsea have turned into such a poor looking side. Like I said, when I watched that Villa game, they were just a mess. They were an absolute mess of a side.
The thing is, as much as I can say stuff about him tactically, let's be honest, playing up against Arsenal, as bad as they were, do you even necessarily need tactics in that game? Like, we should be. Look at how Jose set up against them.
Burnley beat them.
No, but look at how Jose set up against them. We should be able to put the pressure on them and have them crumble within 20 minutes with the quality that we have. Villa, I know they've been brilliant this season, so nothing away from them, but we should be able to beat them.
Yeah.
Wait, you're talking about quality with the Arsenal.
Players that Chelsea have.
I don't think your squad's as good as you lot think it is, you know. That's just me. That's just me being real. I look at your team.
We have missing pieces in areas. Yeah, I definitely know that.
But I look at the team. I'm thinking to myself. Obviously, the start of the season, I'm in a group chat with all these Chelsea fans, and my boys were getting so excited. We signed Pulisic, Chile, all of these players, Havertz, Werner. But I don't think that the players that you actually signed are as good as you lot think they are to take you to another level. I personally don't think so. For example, you look at Havertz. Havertz and Mason Mount, of course, Mason Mount's not quality, but it's like they look like the same player at the moment. Ben Chilwell was an upgrade on the other guy. Thiago Silva, he's been all right this season.
He's been good. Thiago Silva's been good.
Who else have they signed?
Who didn't they sign? Mendy. He's
been all right. Made a lot of mistakes.
You know that
I don't rate their squad like that. I think people rate Chelsea squad too high. It's not that good.
Nah, come on, bro. Like hindsight is a crazy thing. Like,
it's not that good, man. It's not that good.
Bro, you're saying that now. But when Chelsea was signing these players, man, listen, I was scared, bro. I thought Chelsea were getting some serious talent.
Yeah, but Mike, it's not Football Manager, bro. You don't just sign players and expect them to perform straight away.
That's a fact.
You have to understand when it comes. You see what Liverpool have done? That's perfect. Man United are the best example. We only ever used to sign 3 or 4 players every transfer window, and you build.
And they're all flop. Every single one.
Yeah, but you know, it's not a good team. You build. Liverpool, the same thing. When you buy so many players at once, and you try to fit them in, you're gonna look very, very bad. If you look at the teams in the Premier
nearly
League,
relegated Villa last season.
Yeah, West Ham look way more settled than them. Aston Villa look more settled than them. Liverpool look more settled than them. Man City, all these teams that have signed less players, they look way more settled. And a lot of the players haven't come in and set the world alight. So for me, I'm thinking to myself, like, why did you go and buy Werner? Did you buy Werner because Liverpool wanted him? Or did you buy Werner because you wanted him? Do you get what I'm saying? But it's like with the same situation with Ollie and Van der Beek.
Werner, we wanted. Havertz was, again, like me personally, I would rather find a better goalkeeper, a world-class goalkeeper, than spend money on Havertz. But he was kind of an opportunistic signing. Thiago Silva, we needed a leader of a centre-back, and it was a good thing he was available, and we went and got him. Chilwell was someone Frank actually wanted, and he's been one of the better left-backs in the league this season. Again, this thing that we're doing, and we're trying to transition into playing better football and sustain it for the future and stuff. I get it, and I understand that. But having an inexperienced manager do it when he's not that
Listen, sack Lampard. If you've got any ambition, sack him. It's simple as that.
100%.
We're just skirting around this whole topic.
But the thing is,
fucking go.
the thing is, even with all of that, I'm not. People who are saying Lampard out and all of that, they're being reactionary to do it now.
To be honest, I'm not even saying that.
But I still
not
think
good
he can
enough.
get. No,
He's
but
not
again,
good enough.
he's not good enough for the end goal, which is win the league. But
Exactly.
I knew all of that when he first came in last season.
Yeah, so did I.
But the thing is, what he's doing, transitioning and building our squad, I think I don't have a problem doing
Well,
that.
he's not doing that.
No,
Man. The Abramovich is doing that shit,
I think this season we can still get in the top
Do you know
four.
who's not good enough for the end goal? Do you know who's not good enough for the end goal? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, man.
Mike's not gonna trigger us, bro. Good try though. I respect it. It's not. He's trying to look at it. Listen.
When you see Ollie holding the Premier League trophy,
swear to
and
God,
then
if Ollie-
Liverpool's second, you're gonna.
Ollie
Mike,
wins the title.
That is, yeah.
I apologize in advance for everything I say on the show.
Mike, you clearly don't know how shameless I am, bro. I will come here, yeah. I'll buy one of those microphones so I have echo and sing Ollie's at the wall of my chest.
Mike, don't listen to what Kojo said, because he said the same thing when if Chelsea would lose to Arsenal and he didn't do anything, so it's fine.
I told you if you lose to Arsenal, I'm coming for you.
We did. You didn't.
Oh yeah, you did. But I didn't find you. Wasn't the same show, but now we're here. So Usmaan, do you mind?
We're talking about Chelsea now. Did you even have
This is beautiful. All right, cool. Because obviously you might be expecting an easy W, so it is what it is. Quite frankly, all right. So we're going about Frank Lampard right now, right? This is perfect. Yeah, that's right. All right, in that case, yeah, it is right. You have to sack him, and I'll tell you why you have to sack him. Right? Chelsea's end goal. You guys don't spend £250 million sterling to get into the top four. That's facts. It is. That's it at the end of the day. And I hear about his lack of experience and all that, but you hired him as your manager. That's as simple as it gets. So the job he has to do is get you a title. He finished fourth last season. Okay, cool. So is he getting any closer to a title right now? No. The fact that he lost to this Arsenal team, Arsenal's first win in how long should not have come against Chelsea?
It's against that last minute, actually.
And I said this. I said to someone else on another platform that you do not want to be alongside Man United as the team that Arsenal beat in their crap run, and you joined us. So when I cuss out Ole, I'm cussing out Lampard for the exact same thing. Yeah, the vim will never change. The guy's not good enough. The guy's not going to give you titles. Can you get you domestic trophies? Potentially. Will he help you conquer Europe? I don't think so. The guy's not good enough. It's time for him to kick. And quite frankly, there's a lot of players in your team still, just as much as any other team. There's going to be some bumps that you need to get rid of. You're not going to win the title with Tammy Abraham as your striker. You're not going to win the title with Werner doing some budget left winger, despite the fact that he's actually a striker.
Werner replaced Hazard, by the way, on that left wing, if you actually put it into context. As it stands.
Well, yeah.
And how can I as well, fam?
And Paul Werner's right, man. He's pissing them. He's actually taking the piss.
No, he's missing chances, so I won't get onto Lampard for that, because the chances he's missed, some of them have been absolutely embarrassing. But the fact is, he's not playing his position. Same way, he bought Kai Havertz, someone who in the Bundesliga was basically doing like a basic Lampard sort of tester, where he'll get goals and he'll ghost into the box and get assists. 100%. But the guy's using him as a make way to trying to accommodate Mason Mount. I ain't got a problem with Mason Mount. He just ain't levels. So that manager needs to go. But you man losing to Arsenal, I'm not gonna lie to you, I want to cuss you out because, I mean, come on, but we lost to them as well, innit? But it is what it is.
Yeah, but they lost in a worse way than Man United. Like you lost.
Yeah. They were absolutely embarrassing.
You could have relegated Arsenal and sacked their manager, man. It was there
in one moment.
Listen, you could have sacked their manager and sent their fans into depression.
But you know what? You
let everybody down.
It's the hope that kills. The saying is, it's the hope that kills.
Listen, I was hoping you get a W. No, I think I was putting Arsenal actually that day. But listen, let's come into your team, Lawless. West Ham kind of stumbled the last couple of results. What are your thoughts? We're coming into January now. Do you feel like you need any additions? Actually, I've got to just throw this out because I know this is going to piss you off, but I have to say, what the fuck is Moyes doing with Ben Rama? Why? The guy looks like every time, even when he got substituted on against us, I thought, relax. Ben Rama, chill, man. You don't need to do it like that. Just relax, bro. Every time I've seen him play, he looks like a pure baller. And then he never starts. Like, why? Like, what's going on?
it's pissing me off because it's just one of them things of it's a player that Moyes didn't rate him. He wanted Eze. The board were like, we can get this guy on loan. Let's bring him in anyway. Like you said, he's looked good every time he's come on. But Moyes is like, he'll come on, he'll play really well and he'll be like, yeah, he did well, but, we want to try and have him, not lose the ball so much, not give the ball away as much. And it's like, what are you talking about, Moyes? Let's be real. Like, he's a creative player that is a ball carrying midfielder. Yeah, a lot of them top players, and that's what I've said is the likes of Sanchez in his prime, the likes of De Bruyne or an Ozil and things like that are gonna have high stats for losing the ball because they're taking players on, and things like that. So it's like he's finding excuses. He's finding excuses as to why. And the thing is, Fornals has lost the ball equal amount of times, and he will not drop Fornals. I love Fornals, but Moyes treats him like he's his son, and he treats Benrahma like he's Zaha, if you know what I mean. Like he's done, something with his daughter. I just don't get it. Like he's a player that is so good, and if Moyes persists with this, I'm gonna have to get on that Moyes out train. Like I've been supporting him, but this is the thing with. It's like a Lampard thing. Like, there's all these instances of you doing good work, but stupid decisions can just undo all of that good work. And it's tough. To be fair as well, I was baffled when we brought that Craig Dawson in when he played him. I was like, what the hell is he doing? And he played well and then nearly kicked Shea Adams' head off. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah, you was on me trying to say, is that a red card?
I know the games. I don't know the content. I've just seen that 3 seconds. Obviously, you got to watch the whole replay. I've seen the whole replay since. And Lord have mercy. Obviously, he's not meant to do it. But
it was savage, but fair play to Shea Adams because he got up and carried on. Like, if that would have been flipping Grealish.
If that was Neymar, I'd be dead.
Jeez.
Like dead. Listen, Benji. Let's get your thoughts on West Ham. You heard from Lawless regarding Moyes. In fact, Coach is gonna love this. I just realized. But Benji, listen, you've heard about Moyes. Just being Moyes, basically. What are your thoughts on the current situation in West Ham? Is it inevitable that Moyes' true colours show, or do you think this is just one of those things that manager don't fancy a player?
Yeah, I think it depends. I think it depends on what the board kind of want from him at the end of the day. If he continues to stay steady around top 10, which is obviously where West Ham normally finish, or if he gets like top 8, who knows, then I'm sure the board would be happy they wouldn't sack him. But for me, I agree with Mr. Lawless. Obviously, Benrahma's a quality player. Him and Bowen in the same team would cause havoc for a lot of teams. I think when they did sign him, obviously, I think Dan did put out a tweet that he's not going to walk in the first team straight away. But now that he is there, he deserves to be playing on the regular. I think the small teams, they do this a lot. They like to sacrifice players for players that can work hard and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I feel like
bit like what Liverpool do with their midfield as well, isn't it?
Yeah, but West Ham, because West Ham are basically safe now. So why not take some risks and play better players, play better football, and give the fans the West Ham way, which they deserve. Because I remember when obviously I used to work there, so I used to watch them play in like 2016 with like Dimitri Payet, Lanzini, Alex Song. They used to play some beautiful football. And obviously David Moyes doesn't have that coaching attributes to do it, so he's better to bring in a player that can help them achieve their runs. Because if you have Benrahma on the left or the right, and you have Masuaku linking up with Benrahma, bro, that's as good as any link up I can see in the league for me personally.
And Benrahma has the work rate as well. That's the mad thing. What I don't understand is he chips in with the defensive work. I've seen him so many times. Like he might lose the ball, but he'll go win it back and then bomb forward and then help create a chance. Like so, I don't get it. It's like one of the things.
He doesn't like flair players. That's the problem.
But
I feel like as well it wasn't his idea, so he don't say. There was a thing that come up like when people retweet like tweets from like 2 years ago or something, like remember this, and there was a tweet from one of our in the nose, and it was like, oh yeah, Moyes went and watched James Maddison play, but he doesn't rate him, so we're not going to sign him. And it's just another instance, and I feel like Moyes is like, when it's just one of the things, it's not your idea, you didn't rate the player, so you have too much of an ego to say I was wrong. I was wrong to not rate this player, to not want him.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't sign him, I'm gonna go all out and push forward. And I think Benji was spot on when he said, like, yeah, like we're so far away from the relegation zone. Have some ambition, but the board don't have ambition. And now the manager looks like he's showing he don't have any ambition. We played defensive against Brighton, man. I'm still pissed about it.
But Lawless, how can you, man? I mean, you personally, I know you don't, but how can anyone trust someone that turned down Thiago and signed Mara Fellaini in the same transfer window? That's who he is. That's who he is. That's who David Moyes is. That's why I banned his name in my house, because the guy is just a criminal. That's what he is. He's a criminal to football. So honestly, I understand your pain, because now, because of you, like, I really, really look out for West Ham like lineups, and when I see Ben Ramos starting again, and again, it's like, big man, you're doing the man dirty.
Noble instead of Ben Ramos.
Why is Noble playing?
Why is he back? Let the man even rest, bro. Let him go for his, go to the chippy, let him chill in the stands, bro. Let him relax, bro. Like, man shouldn't be like that no more. I mean,
he's done his shift, yo.
Baffled.
It's not bringing James Milner back, isn't it, Mike? Like, what are your thoughts in terms of, bringing these like retired players back out of the retirement and playing them?
Don't get me started, man. Don't get me started.
Oh my God!
I feel for West Ham fans, man. West Ham are a good side. Like West Ham, me personally, when I see a fixture, I worry. It's not an easy place to go to. So
I'm busy, not now.
What was that? Sorry, man. Yeah, I
Man's not busy right now. And you said what?
I thought it was talking to me. West Ham are a good side, man. They've got some good players. I never really look out for who's in the starting lineup apart from Antonio. He's a bad boy striker, man. He's a bad boy striker. So apart from him, I never really worry about anybody else West Ham related. But it's interesting to hear your thoughts, Lawless. Like, that you feel that you might want a new manager. I feel like, West Ham are probably achieving or overachieving at the moment. I don't know where do you think?
I don't think they're overachieving, to be honest.
I'm not ready to sack him. I'm not ready to say that let's get him out. It's just if he keeps persisting with like dumb decisions, and that's what it's the bigger picture is like, obviously we're doing well regardless of the owners and that. Like I know obviously Usmaan is saying like with the squad maybe he's not so much overachieving because we have some good players, but the depth isn't there. Like Masuaku was a massive.
You got a good midfield, Rice, Suchek.
Yeah, right.
If he's playing, hypothetically speaking,
it's just the missing Antonio and that. Yeah, that's it. It's the squad depth, and missing Antonio, who's been our most important player, and Masuaku has been so key to that five at the back formation. Like that's a big loss. So I give him credit there, but just the dumb decisions is so hard for me to give, and that's what makes me angry. So I'm not saying to sack him, but it was a case of if he was to keep persistent with starting Noble and not giving Ben Rama a chance, then I'd be like, no, like I can't forgive that at all.
Can I just
but
overall, add on top of that as well? I think also to say Adam what Mike's saying. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but West Ham fans also do want European football as well. And one of the reasons why I started watching West Ham fan TV in the first place was when they lost to Astro. Astro. When they lost that 1-0. And they
lost the fucking Astro.
So obviously you got him, all of them, they're all there. And obviously they want European football as well. And I feel like they're in a position where now they can actually build on and go towards it. But think about it. 3 wins in a row, they're touching top 4. I'm not saying they're going to get Champions League, but they can finish Europa League. And
it's tight.
West Ham have players.
This is the thing.
Actually have good players that can actually create something out of nothing. So why not? Even with the Haller and Antonio thing, I think if Moyes is smart, he will play the two of them together. I think they can work the two of them in tandem, and then they can even be a better force from that. But it's David Moyes that is not smart.
The thing though, Benji, is that you got to be careful. West Ham fans got to be careful what they wish for. By the way, you could get top 6, you could get into Europe, and then you could get relegated the next season because you can't cope with it.
No, but listen, when I look at these other teams, I look at the Wolves, I look at the Leicesters, I look at like even Southampton. Every once in a while, they have that time where they're pushing up in Europe and other teams. I think, why can't that be us?
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Compared to them, we've got a bigger fan base than these clubs around here. Do you know what I mean? We're a London club. We've got we've got
good
mileage
stadium.
in this league. Yeah, like I feel like why can't that be us? We moved stadium to try and get that, and to have moved stadium and see all these other teams getting promoted and then leapfrogging us all the time.
Yeah.
I just can't accept that. It's the teams that are around us that are just keep pushing forward and progressing, and we're getting left behind. Like Everton now are finally getting their act together. It's
going to be hard for top side,
after 9-0 defeat, by the way.
What's that?
You would have sacked your manager after a 9-0 defeat.
You
would have.
David Moyes is not Ralph Hasenhuttl, so yeah, I was second as well. Well, I mean, the thing is, the way they bounced back, that was the thing to see. Like with them, at least they gave them, because they bounced back the next week with Southampton. Hasenhuttl, you got to look that he's doing fair play to him, but. I want to see Moyes become that Everton Moyes. I want to see the Everton.
I've said to you not so long ago. It looks like 2.0 in it. Like I think, although I criticize Moyes a lot, not to the extent Coulter does, I think he does need a bit of time. I do agree he's making a couple of the wrong decisions, but you're gonna get that with every single manager.
I don't know who else we can get right now.
You're never gonna agree with everything a manager does. I'm sure every single team would say that. Like, I'm sure Mike was said that by James Miller. Why did he stay on the pitch for so long? He subbed off Mohamed Salah for some reason when they needed a goal. Granted, they brought on another forward, but surely they could have taken a defender off. That didn't really make sense to me. You're never going to agree with everything a manager does. I think that Moyes one is frustrating, but hopefully he rectifies it.
If he gives us stability until we get new owners, that's what I could ask for. Because I don't want to keep chopping and changing under these owners, because we just need to hold it and then they'll sell the club. Hopefully, by the end of the season, Burnley are getting new owners. Like, what the hell, man?
Oh, my God.
Imagine Burnley now overtake us.
Oh, God. That's a mad thing. Imagine you get Lampard. That would be interesting. Because obviously he started at West Ham, wouldn't he? So it would go full circle. Stuff for dreams. Lawless, he might come to you like
this experiment that Chelsea and Arsenal are running with these like ex-players that have no experience. Yeah, I suppose Man United. I mean, like I said, obviously I've given credit to Oli, but especially at like Arsenal and Chelsea, it's just not looking like it's working out. Oli had a bit of experience. Oli went out and he'd done his time. He paid his dues. Like unlike Lampard, obviously had one season at Derby, and then flipping Arteta had a few seasons putting cones out. Yeah, like I'm not on that. I think I've seen how these clubs have done it, and I'm not ready to get these inexperienced managers on the hope that you find a gem of a manager. No, I wouldn't say proven. Everton went out and got Ancelotti, and that's what you just need to try and do, get quality managers, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with that. I do think in terms of the managers, I think the big teams have taken too much of a gamble, but you never know. Noble might be a manager in a couple of years. Hopefully, he won't be on the pitch. But listen, let's move on.
Someone said, bring Harry back. He'll do a madness in the transfer market. Oh my God. Could you imagine?
I would love to see that, to be fair. Bring Harry back.
Get all the pan back together.
He's getting, was it Pavlyuchenko that kept signing? Was it not Pavlyuchenko, the other one? What was his name? Crenshaw, isn't it? Was it Crenshaw? He just kept signing Crenshaw everywhere he went.
He's finished. Some of our fans say they want him back. No, he's finished. He'd done well. He was a good manager for us, but he's finished. He's done. No one should ever give him a job in football again.
Relax, man. We got people like flipping Arteta in the job, man. So it can always be.
Well, true.
Let's move on to Jones. I don't think we mentioned us. I just realised, but it don't matter. We leave it for now. Let's just finish off with Tottenham Hotspur slander, because I'm sure most of us will enjoy it. Prime's come straight back. Listen, Tottenham Hotspur slander. Prime, we'll start with you, brother. Jose Mourinho bottling it, as always. What you saying?
Jose bottling it, as always. It's funny. Spurs fans are being so reactionary, aren't they? I have some Spurs fans from the terrace and stuff, and like they can't see what's happening and yada yada yada. No, like this season was never going to be the season for them to challenge, to sustain these challenge or win the league. They need to get over their mentality first, which is to win trophies, and the Carabao Cup is the best way they can do it. They win it this season, then they win the Europa League. Even if they finish 5th or 6th, that is still a successful season, and they can use that as a springboard to build, whether it's with Jose for the long term or another manager. They can use that as a club to build forward for the future, and that's what Levy clearly wants to do. So,
Mike, what do you reckon in terms of Spurs? Where do you sit?
I think Spurs are doing okay, to be fair. I think, like Prime said, it's definitely reactionary from the fans. In this season, you know how quickly things can change. Things can change in 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
You can get 3 wins in the bounce, and literally you can be back up in first place. And that's literally the type of thing that we're seeing at the moment. So I think it's definitely crazy that Spurs fans are feeling disgruntled at the moment. They're in semi-final of the
Carabao Cup.
Carabao Cup.
Yeah, they got Brentford as well, so they got a good chance to get through there.
We can definitely get to the final with that. They could potentially win a trophy, within the next couple of months. They could go all the way to the Europa League final, especially with his track record. I think Spurs are, in a good position. Unfortunately, I don't know, like most of the clubs at the moment, everybody's expectation is really, really high, where it's almost like if you don't win the Premier League, you need to get fired. This is crazy. It's a crazy season.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on. I think Spurs are in a good place, considering, the weapons that they have at their arsenal. I think they're a decent place at the moment. I don't know why they would want Jose out.
Well, I'll give you a reason why they want Jose out, and I'm sure Kojo and Benji might be able to relate to this, given the fact we had Jose for a long period of time. They go 1-0 up, and they don't register a shot for 70 minutes of the game, having been 1-0 up. You dominate the first 25 minutes, and then you decide, no, what? That's enough, lads. We've got that one goal. Now let's just rest on our laurels. We saw that Manchester United time and time again, Kojo. Are we starting to see basically what Jose does at clubs?
Do you know what I feel like? I feel like there's a bit of both in it, in the sense that I think if Mourinho knows that the result can be sewn up, yeah, he will instruct them to be a bit more structured and make sure that they just can't be penetrated too easily. At the same time, Spurs don't shoot from range. They don't shoot from range. Sometimes you just got to hit a shot. I mean, obviously, until recently when Ndombele took his shot from range, they don't really ban shots from range. I feel like you need to take a lot more chances and be a lot more hopeful with what you do. Sometimes trying to find the two players all the time, the other players are not going to score. That's why they're lacking shots, because it's always Son or Kane. And then when you think someone else is going to get involved, Bergwijn can't even do the thing against like Liverpool, for example. You really, really don't want Musa Sissoko to shoot for anything. Gareth Bale is, basically doing travel and tourism in Spurs. So, they're not taking enough shots, but at the same time, I understand the frustration. Mourinho, you know what you get with Mourinho, innit? And
does it need a plan B? Obviously, the question on the screen, as you can see.
Of course.
Does it need a plan B? Obviously, scoring 1 out of 1 chances, then after that, 25% possession, which is ridiculous for them.
Of course, he needs a plan B. And part of it is for him to blame, because, for example, he's not using Carlos Vinicius enough. The guy's got a 1-2 record in the last couple of seasons, so obviously he's got some goals in him. Why not sometimes switch to 2? You've got 2 goal threats in Kane and him. You got Son on one side, putting someone else in, and then try and balance it a bit. I don't know. Either way, you know what you get with him. But they're in the semi-final, as you guys have just said. If they win 3 games in the bounce, suddenly out of nowhere, they're back up again. It is what it is, isn't it? It's Premier League. The league is still very, very up and down, up and down. Even what I said, where did I say? Was it on this show or another show? Arsenal, after their win, are 9 points off top 4. Do you know how embarrassing that is?
Yeah, it's mad.
Exactly. And we've been ripping into them for how rubbish they are. But if they manage to now win 3 on the trot, and then the other teams above them are dropping points, suddenly it goes from 9 to like 4. That's poor. Do you know what I mean? So Spurs fans need to take their time. They know what they got with Mourinho. They can't.
I think madness is going to happen this season. By the way, I think something crazy is going to happen.
Yeah, Man United winning the league. That's what's going to happen.
Maybe. But Arsenal could get second. Imagine that.
Imagine that.
A madness could happen.
I would love if that happens. I'm not gonna lie. That would just be. Imagine if the two most toxic fan bases, Man United and Arsenal, first and second, it'll be over for the rest of you guys.
Social media would need to be cancelled.
I wouldn't go on.
Bro, legit, it would be inseparable. But listen, Benji, let's bring you in on this matter. For me, personally, right, the thing with Jose Mourinho is, and this is why Spurs fans, I've told Kish, obviously, Lotus, Kish, obviously, as you do, Kojo, one of my best mates, that's Sports Town, I said to him from day one, as long as you're winning games, things are rosy in the garden. But as soon as you start losing games and dropping points, you're going to hate this guy because the manner in which he plays is not acceptable when you drop points. And he's like, no, everything's fine. Jose's doing this. I don't care if we win a trophy. As soon as they start playing this poor football, which they've been playing from the start and not capitalizing on chances that they're creating, he's like, what the hell is this football? I was like, you've been playing this the whole time. The only difference is Kane and Son have been world class and they've been clinical. Now they're not being so clinical because the chances aren't coming. You're seeing Jose for what he is, his true colours, which is anti-football, or as Rance would say, fossil football. Benji, like, what are your thoughts on the Jose Mourinho sort of tenure at Spurs?
It's clear he doesn't have his players at the club. I wouldn't trust that defense either. So it's obviously why he's so deep. But I just think he said it in an interview on Amazon Prime that how they have a better team than Manchester United. So obviously I want to see what happens at the end of the season. I'll be very interested to see. But on top of that, I just feel like
Benji, what he said is this current team is better than the team he had when he first took over, which is
that's what he said. He did. Yeah, that's what he said.
It doesn't matter. He still said they're better. So
he was right.
I just want to see what happens. I just think with Mourinho. Well, do you like Mourinho or something? You're a better defender than the guy.
No, but he was right. He was right. This current team is better than the team he had when he first took over.
No, he's right. I would probably agree with him, which is why I'm giving him credit.
That's your opinion, but when he was at, that's your opinion, bro. Because when he was at Man United, you lot forget that when he was at Man United, he had a banging squad at Man United, bro. Man like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Lukaku, Mata, Pogba, Rafa.
Yeah, he had two world-class defenders.
Bare players.
Chris Smalling and Phil Jones were two world-class defenders.
Well, Eric Dyer right now.
I agree. Two world-class defenders. I agree. He had two world-class defenders, Chris Smalling and Phil Jones. I agree.
Benji, are you sure about that statement?
No, but Kojo, come on, man. The team that Mourinho had at Manchester United was better than what Tottenham had when he made that dead statement.
No, it wasn't.
I can't lie. I don't know if I can back that, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if I can back that.
Benji, don't lay down, say it with your chest.
I can, no, but I'm being real, though. If you look at that 11 that we had, whatever, like, we had, like, bags of attacking talent. Don't forget, we had Sanchez. Even though you say Sanchez fallen off the field, we had Sanchez.
No, Sanchez wasn't there when he first took over.
When he first arrived.
I don't care about that, man. I'm talking about the whole squad in general.
Okay, cool. So you're taking everything he's saying out of context and you don't care.
So wait, when he first took over Man United, is that what you're saying?
He said the squad he first had when he got to Spurs is better than the squad he first had when he went to Man United. Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Bro, we had a midfield of Pogba and flipping who else? And Matic and
didn't he sign Pogba? Didn't Jose sign him?
Yeah, Mourinho signed Pogba.
Wait. First of all, Matic wasn't there when he Matic wasn't there when he first took over. You guys had Fellaini.
Yeah, he did sign these players, Benji.
Anyways, besides that, yeah, I know you love Mourinho, but he's fallen off the cliff. Anyways, yeah, look.
He's better than your greatest ever manager, but you don't want that conversation.
Oh, no, he's not. Prime, let's start.
What did he say? Prime,
he's better than that greatest ever manager, Jose is, apparently.
Ooh. Okay. Prime, if you just want to come in here and tell lies, yeah, then we'll just do lies all night, then, innit? Because that's a bad lie you just told, bro.
I just said you're not ready to have that conversation. It's fine. Live in denial. I don't mind.
Nobody. Even Mike.
I can't back
No. Listen, to be fair, I don't necessarily say I agree, but it's not as wild a statement because you can see he's saying
it's a wild statement.
Jose did it at different teams. Like he showed that he's been.
It's a wild statement. It's a wild statement.
Keep in mind, I love Fergie. Yeah, he's the greatest ever manager in my opinion.
If a Liverpool fan says it's a wild statement, it's a wild statement.
Cool. But again, Liverpool haven't won it for 30 years. They don't know what they're talking about.
Hey,
Prime was finished this year strong.
Man's waiting to the end of the show, so he can dip.
But yeah, anyways, Mourinho, I don't know, man. Like, Spurs fans deserve it, bro, because we have this one cocky Spurs fan in our group. His name's Jack. I called him out. Talking about flipping Mourinho's gonna do this. We're gonna win this. We're gonna do that. It serves them right. I hope they don't get top 7. I hope they finish going to West Ham and Burnley, bro. Because that's how much these silly Spurs fans have been piping up for the whole season about Son. Oh, look at Prime. About Son, Kane. They're about their Ronaldo and Rooney and that. Nah, bro. I just hope they crash on.
Do you not know about this culture? Do you not know?
No, I remember.
No.
Yeah, Mike.
I said that's why.
I'm gonna take it out. Well, you said he's
that's why he has good movement.
No,
he does have good movement. I never said he's world class.
You said Batshuayi is world class.
Yeah.
You know what? Batshuayi has phenomenal movement for a striker, but his all-round game is terrible. So
yeah, I said his movement. His movement is class.
He's never world class in a million years.
He's moving up and down the touchline because he's never on the fucking
Is this how you're trying to do me at the end of 2020? Is this how you're trying to do me?
No. You know what? I'll back you on that. Not the world class bit. I'll back you on that.
Listen, let's get your thoughts on Tottenham Hotspur. Obviously, our good friend Kish. You know the way he was talking, that they're gonna fucking do something special. Is it a bit of humble pie or a bit of reality check for Spurs, or as Prime said, do you think the fans are overreacting?
Yeah, it's just one of them things. It's like what you said, Usmaan. It's like where, you know what I mean, when they're winning, they're pumped because they're winning games, they're doing what it was like near the top of they was at the top of the league. But when you're losing that football, it's not as fun. Do you know what I mean? When you're not picking up the wins and you're playing that football and you're like, it's a tough thing to swallow. You know, I've had managers we've had like that when David Moyes has played like that, or when we've had Big Sam and things like that. So I can see that. The thing is with Mourinho, like his mandate is to win them a trophy. That is what he is there to do. Whether that's a flipping an FA Cup, a Carabao Cup, a flipping Europa League, or the Premier League, as long as he wins them a trophy, that's the main thing. But I feel like if it can at least scrape them, if he can at least get them comfortably in sort of the Champions League position this season, they may forgive him and give him more time. But he has to achieve something at the club. He can't just sit there and have another Europa League finish. But yeah, listen, I like Jose Mourinho. I've always liked Jose Mourinho. He has the tendency to go off the boil, but I think the comment about the plan B is he does need that. He does need that ability to just unlock the team. He's tactically, a lot of the time, what he does works. They're one of the most dangerous counter-attacking teams, or if not the most dangerous counter-attacking team in the league. Sometimes that's not going to work against certain sides. It's just not going to work, and you need to have the ability to just switch gears. Do you know what I mean with those players?
I think Spurs fans need to put more pressure on their players and less on Jose. Because, for example, how they set up in that Liverpool game, in my opinion, was tactically spot on. The reason why they didn't win is due to their players and their lack of clinicalness. Sometimes a manager can only do so much. If your players are not following the instructions to a T and are not doing their job, what can you really say? So I think
if they're so good, like
pressure on.
If they're so good, like you've been saying, why can't they go all out attack and blow teams away?
Jose doesn't go all out attacking. Well,
if the team's so good, like obviously the team should be so good. The way you're talking about, like they're flipping Barcelona or something.
No one said they're Barcelona.
Oh, bro, you're putting over the top, bro. This hate from Mourinho.
No, Benji. No one said the Barcelona.
Benji doesn't like Jose.
They're better than your dead Man United team he had when he first came. But they're not Barcelona.
We still won a trophy, though. I don't understand where.
Yeah, he did. He did win a trophy. He shows bad players. It shows how great Jose is. Fergie could never shut up.
What guy, bro? We still want a trophy. I don't understand.
Look at Kobe.
Fergie could never.
Oh my god. The thing is, the Prime, right? I've known Prime for a while now. I can't tell him he's taking piss or he's being serious. I feel like he's got to be taking piss, surely, but at the same time, I feel like he's being serious as well.
Husband, I've openly said Fergie's a fraud, so.
Oh, right, okay, that's fine. Right, listen. On that note, we'll wrap up the show. It's been a great show. listen, he's on the wind up. I just want to say a massive thank you to our guests as always.
Wow.
Make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel.
Nah, Usmaan, I can't be going loud.
And just to say a massive thank you for all the support, obviously in 2020 in particular. The latter stage of 2020 when we've been consistent with the content. On that bombshell, I wish you a happy new year. Everyone's links will be down below to their socials, so make sure you go and show them love. You heard it here first, according to Prime. Oh my God. Anyways, on that note, it's been your boy Usmaan. Happy New Year, enjoy it. Obviously, make sure you don't do drugs because you'll end up like Prime. It's